Hello, my beautiful people. Today we're going to dive into the question that has tickled the brains of philosophers for centuries. Is free will real or just an illusion? It's a biggie, so grab your snacks, settle in, and let's get into it. First off, let's talk about what we think free will means. You know those moments when you think you are totally in control? Like choosing what to have for dinner or picking a movie? We often feel like the captains of our own ships. But what if I told you that that is just the tip of the iceberg? So, what is free will? In the simplest terms, it's the ability to choose between different possible courses of action without constraint. It's the belief that we have the power to make decisions independently. Sounds pretty good, right? But here's the kicker. Scientists and philosophers have been debating whether we really have it or if it's all our clever trick, like it's all a clever trick our brain plays on us. On the flip side, proponents of free will argue that we experience a sense of agency. We reflect on our choices, learn from our mistakes, and adapt our behaviors based on our values and beliefs. This subjective experience is very powerful. It shapes our identity and drives us to pursue our goals. So here's the thing. We all like to think we're in control of our choices, right? But then you start digging into psychology and neuroscience, and it gets a bit murky. Some studies suggest that our brains make decisions before we even consciously think about them. Like, who? Mind blown, right? But what if I told you that many studies suggest our decisions might be influenced by factors beyond our conscious control? Neuroscience has shown that brain activity related to decision making can occur before we are even aware of it. So, this view urges that every choice we make is determined by a series of prior events and conditions. Basically, everything you do is just a result of everything that has happened before. Your upbringing, your environment, and even the genes you inherited. Kind of spooky to think about. But don't freak out just yet. Let's break it down. There is a view called compatibilism, where some philosophers agree or argue that free will and determinism can coexist. They basically say, hey, just because your decisions are influenced by your past does not mean you cannot make choices. So here's a question for you. If you are influenced by your past, can you still be responsible for your actions? I mean, it sounds complicated, and honestly, it gets even murkier when you add in things like social influences and psychology. Just think about it. Every advertisement you see, every movie you watch, every friend who gives you their 2 cents, they are all shaping your decisions, often without you even realizing it. It's like we are living in a giant web where choices are being influenced by more than just our whims. Okay? Now let's make it personal. What about when you had a big decision to make? Maybe choosing a career path or deciding whether to move to a new city? Did you feel like you were in control? Or were there outside forces nudging you in one direction? There is research that suggests our emotions and subconscious mind might be making decisions before we are even aware of it. What if your gut feeling was just a product of prior experiences playing tricks on you? Mind blown, I know. So what this tells us is that our perception of free will might be a little more complicated than we thought. It's like running a race where all the hurdles are already set up, and we're just trying to jump over them without realizing they are there. So what do you think? Is free will the real deal, or is it just a fancy illusion? My take, I believe we have some degree of free will, influenced by life's variables. It's like we're cooking a recipe, we choose our ingredients, but some are already set in front of us. If you believe in free will, it's empowering. It means you can change your path, you can make different choices and shape your own destiny. That thought alone can be super motivating. Even if free will is an illusion, it does not mean we cannot live meaningful lives. Thinking we have choices can actually empower us. It gives us the motivation to chase our dreams and take responsibility for our actions. Even if some of our choices are influenced by external factors, we still have the ability to reflect and choose differently. That is where I think the magic lies. It's like when you're at a fork in the road. Sure, your past might nudge you, one way, but you can still take a step back and decide what feels right for you. So maybe free will is not about being completely unshackled but rather about how we perceive our choices. Whether it's real or not, believing in our ability to choose can shape our reality in powerful ways. And let's not forget about responsibility. If everything is predetermined and we're just puppets on strings, then what does that mean for accountability? If I mess up, can I just blame my brain's wiring? Nah, that does not sit right with me. However, consider this. If our choices are shaped by genetics, upbringing, and environment, to what extent are we really free? Some argue that acknowledging these influences can lead to a deeper understanding of human behavior and morality. So maybe it's not about choosing one side over the other. Maybe it's a mix of both. We have some level of control while also being influenced by countless factors. It's like a dance between fate and freedom. But wait, before we spiral into existential dread, let's consider this. Even if our choices are influenced by outside forces, does that mean we don't have any free will? Maybe it's more about how we respond to those influences. It's like being handed like a menu. Sure, someone else picks the restaurant, but you still get to choose your meal. The question of free will may not have a clear answer. It might depend on how we define freedom itself. It is the ability to choose without constraint, or is it simply making choices based on our values and experiences? At the end of the day, whether we are the ultimate chefs, like chefs in this kitchen of life, or just following the recipe, the choices we make matter. So embrace them, even if they are sometimes influenced by forces we cannot see. Now, I want to hear from you. Jump into the comments and let's chat. Do you think free will exists, or is it just an illusion? If you liked this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Until next time, keep questioning everything, and remember, whether it's free will or fate, you still got the will in your hands. Peace out.